I would have said, I want them back. You don't understand me. I want them back. They would have said, no, we won't do that. I would have said, bye-bye, and I would have left. Then I would have doubled up the sanctions. They would have called back and they say, you've got your prisoners, can you go? And I would have never given them $150 million. I would have never given them the money. I would have never given. They're using it. They don't have to make nuclear. They can buy it. Why do they make it? Then we have the nuclear where they have self-inspection. How about the area, you know, the big area? They don't want us there. Oh, I wonder why. They don't want us there. So they self-inspect, okay? Then they have the 24-day inspection, but the self-inspection is the view. We think you're making nuclear weapons here. Well, let us go check, Mr. President. Go check. No, sir, we're not making nuclear weapons. We would never do a thing like that. These are people that have deceived us, they've lied to us, they're terrorists. And I used to say it's the worst deal that I've ever seen negotiated. And by the way, just to finish, prisoners. So they come back, we get our prisoners. But then when I hear the other day that now this deal's done, it's all done. And now I hear they want to negotiate again. And what did they say? They said very strongly, they said, we are going to want a lot for the prisoners. We're starting off. We're going to want a lot. Now, we've already taken off the sanctions. They're already rich as hell. What's going on there? That's why I say, I mean, some people say it's worse than stupidity. There's something going on in the real world. I mean, honestly. And you almost think it. I'm not saying that, and I'm not a conspiracy person. She said, we are. We're saying. Half the people in this room are saying it. I'm trying to be enlightened. You know, I'm just hoping they're just stupid people, okay? Which they are. Or there's something going on. Because it's inconceivable. You know, do you ever see where some things are so bad that it can't be, that nobody can do what they did, right? Nobody. So, Iran now wants to negotiate separately from the deal. In other words, that deal's done, now we want to start a whole new deal. And they want a lot. We want a lot. And I want to just shoot the television, you know? Because they would have had it just for saying. And you know, when they asked Kerry and Obama, the deal was made. Everybody knows it's a horrible deal. It's going to lead to tremendous nuclear proliferation. And they're so rich now. You know, they became $150 billion. They became so rich. And many other things that you don't even know. Most people don't even know what the agreement says. But I'll tell you what, when you look at what we're doing, we're not going to have, if we keep going like this, folks, we're not going to have a country left. We're not going to have a country. We're not going to have our country left. And we're like a dumping ground for the world. We're a dumping ground. They want to take the migrants, you know, and I feel terrible about the migration. Caused by Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. They're the ones that caused it. They go into Libya, they knock the hell out of Gaddafi. Okay, so Gaddafi, they back rebels who end up killing the ambassador and the other young people. You know, the ambassador was riding in a Jeep, one of our Jeeps, of course, a military Jeep, holding the Libyan flag, and, you know, freedom, 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 and then he gets killed by the same people. So we backed people that turned out to be far worse than Gaddafi. Look what we did in Iraq. Look what we did in Iraq. I mean, what the hell do we get? We spent $2 trillion, and that was as of a year and a half ago. I keep saying 2 trillion, it's a lot more than that. We spent $2 trillion. We have thousands of deaths. And I'm not even talking other side. You're talking about other side. You're talking about hundreds of thousands, maybe millions. You have thousands of deaths. We have wounded warriors who I love all over. These guys are the toughest. These are the greatest people. These are the greatest people. And then what happens? We leave. And we have a president that announces the date of when we're leaving. So I said, man, if I'm the enemy, I'm just going to go away for 18 months, right? He gave a date. We are leaving Iraq. We will be gone by such and such a time. I said, I'm just sitting there watching, and I'm saying, man, that's really stupid. Because believe me, the enemy doesn't want to be killed. You know, you hear so much, oh, they want to go with the virgins up to wherever they go. Right? They want to live. They want to live. And they want to take care of their families, always their families. families, remember that, because their families know what's going on. Okay, you think their wives don't know what they're planning? You think their kids don't know exactly what daddy's doing when daddy's going to fly into the World Trade Center? You think they don't know? They know exactly what's going on. Remember that. And frankly, I think they have more love for their family's life than they do for their own life, okay? But they still want to live. So here's Obama gives an exact date. He gives an exact date. So they pull back. And everyone says, oh, we're doing so well. Look, we're doing so well. Why should they fight when they know in 18 months they can go in and take the place? So what happens? So we have ISIS, taking a lot of oil. I said, take the oil. Remember when we left? I was opposed to going in because I said you're going to destabilize the Middle East. Because you had Iraq and you had Iran. And I said, they're fighting. They're always fighting. For decades and decades. For generations. They fight. That's what they do. They fight. How we ever got involved in this mess is hard to believe. They fight. And they were equal, militarily. They go this way, 10 feet. They go this way, 10 feet. Then they rest. A couple of years. Then they start fighting again. Then Saddam Hussein throws a little gas. Everyone goes crazy. Always using gas. They go back, forth. It's the same. And they were stabilized. And I said, if you go after one or the other, in this case Iraq, you're going to destabilize the Middle East. That's what's going to happen. You're going to destabilize the Middle East. And that's exactly what happened. We totally destabilized the Middle East. We have now migrations, largely because of what's happened afterwards. You know, Iraq was horrible. It was stupid to go in. We should have never gone in. But we shouldn't have gone out the way we went out. And we shouldn't be giving dates. I mean, I would have probably said, we're going to stay forever. And they would have said, oh, man. And then keep going. And eventually they would get tired. They said, this guy's crazy. I mean, he's not. And you'll make a deal. But when you announce you're leaving in 18 months or whatever the hell he said, they just pulled back. And then as soon as we left, they come. Okay? So they have the oil. You know who the biggest beneficiary of the oil is, right? China. China. Always China. I love China. I love Mexico. Their leaders are too smart for us. We have no border. We will build a wall. Mexico will pay for it. People that are coming into our country, but they only come into a legal process. They're not coming in the way they're coming in now. Just walking in like nothing. They're going to come in, but they're going to come through a legal process. So, with Iraq, so we give them a date, and they take over. We didn't take the oil. So for 4 years I've been talking about it. Then because of Paris, all of a sudden they start bombing the oil. But I didn't want to just bomb the oil. I wanted to take the oil. They're bombing. You know, we're bombing. Right. What's going to happen after that? So we're bombing. And you know, we're not really bombing it because they're still selling it. I say, how can they keep selling? Obama doesn't want to hit him too hard because he's afraid he's going to pollute the atmosphere. No, this is serious. Now think of it. He talks about the carbon footprint. And yet he'll fly a very old Air Force One, an old Boeing 747 with the old engines and, you know, spewing stuff. So he's got a problem with the carbon footprint. You can't use hairspray because hairspray is going to affect the ozone. I'm trying to figure out, let's see, I'm in my room in New York City and I want to put a little spray so that... Hairspray. They want me to use the pump because the other one, which I really like better than going beam, 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 and then it comes out in big globs, right? And it's stuck in your hair and you say, oh my God, I gotta take a shower again. My hair's all short. Right? I want to use hairspray. They say don't use hairspray, it's bad for the ozone. So I'm sitting in this concealed apartment, this concealed unit. You know, I really do live in a very nice apartment. But it's sealed. It's beautiful. I don't think anything gets out. And I'm not supposed to be using hairspray. But think of it. So Obama's always talking about the global warming. That global warming is our biggest and most dangerous problem. Okay? No, think of it. I mean, even if you're a believer in global warming, ISIS is a big problem. Russia's a problem. China's a problem. We got a lot of problems. By the way, the maniac in North Korea is a problem. He actually has nuclear weapons, right? That's a problem. We got a lot of problems. We got a lot of problems. That's right, we don't win anymore. He said, we want to win. We don't win anymore. We're going to win a lot. If I get elected, we're going to win a lot. We're going to win so much. We're going to win a lot. We're going to win a lot. We're going to win so much, you're all going to get sick and tired of winning. You're going to say, oh, no, not hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax. A lot of it. Look, I want clean air and I want clean water. That's my logo. I want clean, crystal water. And I want clean air. And we can do that. But we don't have to destroy our businesses. We don't have to destroy our... And by the way, China isn't abiding by anything. They're buying all of our coal. We can't use coal anymore, essentially. They're buying our coal and they're using it. Now, when you talk about the planet, it's so big out there. We're here, they're there. It's like they're our next-door neighbor, right? In terms of the universe. Miss Universe, by the way, made a great deal when I sold it. Oh, did I get rich? Oh, did a great deal. You know, they broke my choppers on that. They said, he talks about illegal immigration. We're not going to put him on television. First of all, Univision's being sued like crazy. You wouldn't believe it. And NBC, I made a great deal with them, just like an amazing deal. Far more than I would have ever gotten. I mean, I made an unbelievable deal. Far more than I ever would have gotten if I said, I think I'm going to sell it if times were normal. Right? Isn't it amazing the way this is going to work out? But I love Miss Universe, and I love the universe. But think of it. So China is spewing up all this stuff, and we're holding back. And with China, you know, we signed these agreements where we have to do it now. They have to do it within 30 or 35 years. I don't think they're going to be doing it. It's like Japan. If somebody attacks Japan, we have to immediately go and start World War III. Okay? If we get attacked, Japan doesn't have to help us. Somehow that doesn't sound so fair. Does that sound good? So South Korea, I order televisions. I order thousands of televisions a year. I order televisions because I have a lot of stuff. I like nice branded. They're all made in South Korea, most other than Sony. And Sony, in all fairness, is Westin's way. But a lot of them, Samsung, all of them. I mean, they're all pretty much, all of them, right? I think just about. But I order thousands of televisions. They're all from South Korea. So we have 28,000 people on the border, separating South Korea from this maniac in North Korea. We get nothing. What do we get? Nothing. Why? They're making a fortune. It's an economic behemoth. A lot of you don't know, we protect Germany. Germany! Mercedes-Benz. How many people have a Mercedes-Benz? We protect Germany. It's an economic behemoth. We protect Saudi Arabia. They were, during the good oil days, now it's probably half, which is fine. But during the good oil, they were making $1 billion, listen to this, $1 billion a day. And we protect them. Our military, they pay us peanuts, not like nothing. And then if we want to buy, we want to move to another location, well, that's very expensive if we do that. We want to charge us rent. I mean, look, we are run by people that are so bad. They're so out of their league. And I see it. I see it on the stage. You know, a lot of them are nice people. You know, a lot of people think I don't like these people. I do like them. But they don't have business sense. They don't have business ability. They don't have common sense. They're politicians. They're all talk. They're no action. When I say... Folks, when I say we're going to build a wall, most of them say, you can't build a wall. We'll build a wall. In China, 2,000 years ago, they built the Great Wall of China, which is bigger than any wall we're thinking about, okay? The Great Wall of China goes 18,000 miles. We have 2,000 miles, of which we really only need 1,000 miles, because you have a lot of natural barriers, right? That are extremely tough to get across. We have 1,000 miles. So China has 18,000 or 13,000 miles, and we have 1,000 miles. We have modern cranes. We have Caterpillar tractors. I want to use Caterpillar. I don't want to use gas. Made in America! Even my hats are made in America. Was it easy to find the guy who wore those hats? You know what I'm talking about. I see so many knockoffs of my hat, right? Make America great again. I see these things. They're out of plastic. They're out of all sorts of crap. Mine are made in America. And honestly, they do a great job. But they don't produce as many as I'd like because, frankly, there's a big run. I mean, it's amazing. Those hats are amazing. But I wanted to have it made. And you know why I wanted it anyway. But I also knew that as soon as the hats came out, and other things, we have a website. As soon as the hats came out, I knew the press would be calling. And it's true. First hour when the hats were announced, I get a call from the New York Times. Mr. Trump, where are those hats made? I said, America! Because, as you know, if I would have said China, I would have been in big, big trouble. But they're being knocked off all over the world. I mean, I see hats, they're like helmets. I see them all. But what are you doing? But here's the story. You gotta build a wall. So when I talk, and when I'm up on the stage with these guys, these people, wonderful people, and a very nice woman, Carly, she's a nice woman. When I'm up on the stage with them, they think I'm crazy when I say Mexico. Because I was saying, we're gonna build a wall, it's gonna be a great wall, it's gonna be a real wall. See the ceiling? The ceiling is peanuts compared to the height of the wall I'm talking about. I'm talking about if they ever get up there, they're not coming down because it's ridiculous. You ever see what they do now that we have these little walls? They build ramps. They build a ramp. I say, wouldn't it be cheaper just to knock the wall down and then they drive over it with jeeps loaded up with drugs? You see this? They build ramps. So it's a picture in Time magazine. It's a ramp. A little ramp that goes over the wall and down. So they have a jeep over, down, boom, make money. We get the drugs. Think of it. We build a wall is right. You got to build a wall. We get the drugs. They get the cash. Not so good, right? We don't like that deal. Our politicians don't know. They don't know. So when I say Mexico's going to pay for it, these guys on the stage with me, they're not businessmen. They don't understand. Mexico makes a fortune off the United States. Number one, we give them a lot of money. But in addition to that, they're taking our businesses. They're making, if you talk about a trade deficit, I'll tell you what, Mexico, in a certain way, is in a mini version, the new China. Mexico is making an absolute fortune. Peanuts compared to the cost of the wall. Let's say the cost of the wall is $10 billion. That's a good, I can do a great job at 10. I think we'll have a lot of money left over. Somebody else would have, and by the way, 20 years ago, they wanted to build a wall. People that are opposed to it now, they wanted to stop and they wanted to build a wall. You know one of the reasons they didn't build a wall? Because of the Environmental Protection Agency. They couldn't get an environmental impact study approved. Can you believe it? Because there was a toad or a turtle or a snake or something. Now think of it. In China, in the South China Sea, there were these low-level land masses that were covered by water, but pretty close to the top. China sends in massive excavators, and they're going, blah, they're building military fortresses in the South China Sea. And a friend of mine who's one of the biggest and richest people in China, he's a great guy. They're great people, they're fine, they're just too smart. I mean, the leaders are too smart for our people. They won't be too smart when I put my people there. When they call up, we'd like to speak to the donor that is negotiating. No, the donor now is Carl Icahn. You're going to speak to Carl Icahn, you know Carl, great businessman. You have so many people, they call, all these business people call. So, friend of mine, so I call him, I say, you're actually doing it. And then jokingly, I said, how long did it take to get started? Did you have to get an environmental impact study approved in order to excavate it? He looked at me and goes, I hope you're kidding when you say that. They conceived of the idea, they started digging 4 hours later. There's no, go through 25 years of environmental impact, you're going to hurt the snail, you're going to hurt this, they're doing a big thing. They excavated massive, take a look, massive, the biggest excavator. They're ripping the hell out of that ocean. They're ripping it and they're taking that dirt, they're putting it, they're building airfields and they're building forts. We couldn't do it because, just like I said for the wall, legitimately, they couldn't get an environmental impact statement. Now, that's probably not the only reason it didn't happen. I heard their costs were too high. With me, that's easy. I'm doing the old post office in Washington. I'm under budget, I'm ahead of schedule. Hey, look at the campaign. Guy's at 59 million, and he's down at the bottom. I'm nothing, and I'm at the top. It's the same thing. I actually said, it's funny, the other day I got this great review. They said, Trump is a great speaker, the crowd is spellbound. But he has one problem, and I'm reading, I want to see. The problem is, he speaks through the applause. In other words, like I say that, you applaud, I start talking before you finish your applause. And you know why? Because I'm so excited, because we have so much potential. It's true. I don't want to wait for your freaking applause. We have so much potential. There's so many things to do. I don't really sort of want to wait. I want to do it. And I just noticed, I did it again. You were getting ready to give a big applause because you like that. And I'm speaking. I killed the applause. But he's right. But except I'm not a speaker. What I am is a doer. I get things done. So when the people up on the stage with me, and Hillary doesn't have a clue. By the way, you talk about low energy. She has lower energy than Jeb Bush, which is hard to believe. She does. And I'll tell you, I've been saying it, and maybe it's rude, maybe it's not, but it doesn't matter. We have a much bigger problem. We have to save our country. So if I'm rude, and if people think I'm rude, I'm actually a nice person. I have a big heart. I want to help people. I want to help the migration. I want to do a safe zone in Syria. I don't want them coming here. We don't know who these people are. They're undocumented. We should do a safe zone over there. We should have the Gulf states, Saudi Arabia. These states are not spending. They got to spend. They got to pay. You know, we're protecting them. They wouldn't be there for 2 minutes if we're not protecting them. They got to start paying. They're not taking anybody. Okay? How about Germany taking millions of people? Can you believe what she's doing to that country? And she was the person of the year, and I wasn't. Everybody said Trump was the Hey, what are you going to do? I think she's made a terrible mistake. We'll find out. Time will tell. They have tremendous crime problems. I think she's made a terrible mistake. But what I like is in Syria, with other people's money, meaning the Gulf states and others, and Germany and others, because look, Germany's paying a fortune to accept all these people. They'll give us we do a massive safe zone. And then eventually, when this whole catastrophe straightens out, which I'll probably be able to get it straightened out, I understand that stuff, but when it's straightened out, they can go back home to their country, you know, to their area. It's interesting. I have thousands of people that work for me, thousands. And I have people that come from far, they're all here legally, don't worry about it. I usually verify enough. But I have people, oh, they go and check. These guys go check. They went into the old post office checking. Everybody walked up, are you here legally? Are you here legally? They said they found one person out of hundreds and hundreds. I don't believe it, okay? I don't believe it. But you know, it's possible somebody said, hey, we do have 11 million people in the country, and it's probably a much higher number than that, okay? It's probably a much higher number. But we have to do something about it, and we're going to do. So I just want to finish by saying this. Look, we have a situation that's out of control. Our country is a dumping ground for the rest of the world. We're laughed at by the rest of the world. And when I started this journey, and it's a journey, and I do love you people, you're amazing people. And by the way, you're so smart. You know, a lot of times they'll say, well, Mr. Trump's people are blue collar. I love blue collar. I'm honored by that. But they're not blue collar. I mean, we have blue collar, and we have executives, and we have young people. They said, the audience is old. It's not old. The audience is young. The other night in Iowa, I told that, and I said, we have so many young people. The place erupted. They're all young people. We have an amazing thing. That's the way of marginalizing. Not even me. It's marginalizing. It's disgusting. I mean, it's disgusting. But when I started this journey, and that's what it is, it's a journey, and it's a movement that's taking place. It's a movement. Remember the old days? Silent majority? It's not right. It's a noisy majority. People are angry. It's a noisy majority. These aren't silent people anymore. I go to people you can't even hear. This is an amazing thing that's happened. I received a call from one of the biggest reporters, who happens to be liberal, but that's okay. We can have a couple of them, right? But a guy who's really respected. Recently, and he said, how does it feel? I said, how does what feel? He said, what you have done has never been done in the history of politics in the United States. I mean, even CNN said #1 political story of the year is Trump. You know what #2 was? ISIS. ISIS was 2. I'd rather reverse it. Let ISIS be 1, let me be 2, because I want to knock the hell out of them and make very smart guy, very good guy. He said, what you've done has never been done before in the history of this country. Newt Gingrich was on a television show the other day. He said, this is one of the great phenomena I've ever seen in politics. Nobody's ever seen it. Because crowds like this, forget it. I mean, it's only confined to this venue. Again, they sent 3,000 people home. Can you believe it? More than 3,000. It's unbelievable what's happening. It's beautiful what's happening. It's beautiful what's happening. But Newt Gingrich said he's never seen anything like this. And he said to me, the reporter, he said, never been done before. I said, well, you know, it's fine, but if I don't win, it's just a waste of time. He goes, no, no, no. What you've done is incredible. He said, even if you don't win, what you've done is incredible. You've totally changed the landscape of politics. The landscape of politics, it's forever going to be different. Your